we put so much effort into literally no benefit in society, you know? Like, a lot of people just work their whole lives away for nothing, and I'm starting to get sick of it. Like, because I've kind of done the same thing, not on purpose. I was trying to actually move in the right direction, but the problem is everyone around me was so lost and confused, and I was just a little kid, so I was learning from people that were so lost and confused that even though I was trying to go in the right direction, I didn't have the knowledge necessary to go in the right direction. And I feel like that's one of the problems is like the school system, it doesn't educate us the way that we need to be educated. We never learn about important things like permaculture, how to amend the soil, how to take care of our bodies, how to communicate with one another. We don't learn that stuff in school. We learned some good things. I actually went to a really good school, so I'm not completely dissing school, but I'm just saying it's not enough. Like, the school lunches just don't have enough nutrients. The classes just don't teach us enough. And I'm not trying to trash school. I'm not trying to trash society, because the thing is, things are supposed to get better over time. Things are supposed to evolve over time. But the problem is that hasn't been the case with our society. Things have actually gotten worse in a lot of ways over time. And that's not normal. Like, for example, the testosterone is half of what it used to be in the 1980s. So our health has gotten worse, and that's not normal. Our health should be getting better, in my opinion, because we have better technology now. We have things like juicers. We have new medicine coming out. We're discovering new chemicals from different herbs that can make different medications. But the problem is the pharmaceutical industry is so greedy that instead of allowing these discoveries to advance science and humanity, a lot of times they try to use these discoveries to control and manipulate people against their own health and well-being. Like, for example, people have healed from cancer before, but no one talks about it. Dr. Sebi cured AIDS, but no one talks about it. But when it comes to chemotherapy, the doctor will be happy to radiate you to death for $200,000. But when it comes to learning about things like juicing and sunlight, the doctor isn't going to most of the time research that and educate themselves on that, because it doesn't put money in their pockets. And that's the problem, is the medical industry is incentivizing professionals to not do their job right because they don't get any extra benefit for it. Unless you sell like one-on-one personally to your own clients and you have your own business, right? And so society as a whole is not taking care of the people properly, and then we wonder why people are struggling, and we blame it on the individual. But the problem is you're a product of your environment a lot of times, unless you can transcend that. But very few people can, and we can't expect everyone to just transcend that. Maybe a few of the chosen ones can do it and lead the way, but on average, scientifically, the environment that you grow a plant in, the environment that an animal is born in, is usually how that creature will end up. So I should be dead because of all the abuse I've been through. It's a miracle I'm still alive. The environment I was born into was so toxic, I don't even want to talk about what I went through growing up, that I should be dead. But I'm still here, but I have issues. I won't talk about the health issues that I have in today's video, but when you grow up in an abusive environment, it can affect you. And that's the problem, is a lot of people aren't born into an environment that's good enough to sustain them because of society, the food we're fed in school. Everything is just almost against us, and then we're expected to perform at a high level. We're expected to just pay the bills and just smile through it all. But people are literally dying of diseases because a lot of people are so stressed out in modern society. And I think one of the solutions that we could have to that is the food system. We could be feeding people a lot better. When I was in Ecuador, I went to this, I lived with this community of hippies in Fruit Haven, and they weren't really healthy. They weren't eating enough nutrients and different things. Well, they just weren't that healthy. But one thing I noticed about this community of hippies is that they were able to grow a shitload of food. And they were some of the laziest, most unfit people I knew. They would only work like a few hours a week. So how are they able to grow all this food while only working a few hours a week? Well, because they were doing permaculture. They were growing the food in a way to where they were setting up an ecosystem and amending the soil, you know, instead of destroying the soil over time like a lot of modern agriculture and using chemicals and fertilizers. They were using the environment to work with itself. And there was so much fruit growing. There was so much greens growing. So if a few lazy hippies can grow a massive, like, amazing fruit forest, you know, we could have community gardens everywhere. Kids in school love to play outside. We don't even need that much tax money to do it. We could do it practically for free. Have a gardening class in every school. I'm just trying to think of ideas, you know, because we can sit around and blame the politicians forever, but we're the majority. So what are we doing as well? Obviously, the politicians have their responsibility as well. I'm not saying that it's all our fault, but what I'm saying is we are the majority. The politicians are only a few handful of people. So how are they going to fix the whole economy if we're not doing our part? And what I'm trying to say is, what I learned when I was in Ecuador and we were doing permaculture is that we're very wasteful in today's society with the soil, with the food, with the ecosystem. We're just very wasteful, and we're working so hard for so little because we're going against nature. Imagine we had organic hemp growing everywhere, organic weed growing everywhere. No, instead, we're trying to use a lot of artificial medicines, which are harder to produce and aren't as effective. Same thing with food. Imagine if we had fruit gardens everywhere because kids took a garden class and they like went outside and planted fruit forests as part of their school. And we had community gardens everywhere. Imagine that was the fast food, is you could go to the apple forest in your local community, pick a bunch of apples, pick a bunch of greens, and make a green juice. But instead, we have McDonald's on every corner. Instead, we have Burger King on every corner. Instead, we have Wendy's on every corner. You see what I'm saying? It's set up for us to fail, essentially. So we can't blame this generation for being undisciplined if this generation was set up to fail. You know what I'm saying? We have to set ourselves up for success, in my opinion. That's how we need to move. So what can we do as a society to set the future generations up for success? In my opinion, is the questions that people should be asking. And why is it so hard to afford food these days? Everyone can lie and say, people in my comments say, it's easy. You're probably lying. Let's see your physique. Do you have any health issues? Are you missing any teeth? My teeth are fucked up because I didn't take care of my body right when I was growing up. Like, what's wrong with you? Because a lot of people have something wrong with them. There's a few people these days that are healthy. There's a few. But most people have something wrong with you. And if you have something wrong with you, how do you know that's not related to what you're eating? I'm sick of all these people pretending like they're better off than they are, because that's how we're brainwashed as society. We're brainwashed to just shut up and accept the bare minimum. We're brainwashed to just shut up, bend over, and take it up the ass by the system. And I'm sick of it. You know, I'm sick of it. You know, I'm at my rock bottom. I've been through it all. I don't even want to talk about what I've been through on this channel. And I don't have any energy anymore to pretend. I just don't. It's gotten me nowhere in life. I want to actually feel good. I don't know if I'll ever get there, you know, truly healthy. You know, I don't know if I'll ever get there or not, but I pray, you know. I'm sick of pretending, you know. I don't know what else to say. I've kind of lost my train of thought. So I think I'll just end it off here. You know, I guess the moral of this video is that we as a society we just need to do better if we want people to succeed, in my opinion. We need better food at a better price. We need better systems in place. We just need to do better. That's the point of today's video, in my opinion, if we want to succeed. And I've failed. My whole life has been an accumulation of failures because no one's given me the right knowledge. And so I think one of the things that we need to do is try to educate people better, try to give our kids a better education and understand what do they need to know that we're not teaching them, because science is always evolving. That's the thing. And a lot of people these days are closed-minded. The other day I posted an Instagram story about someone I interviewed in Ecuador who healed their teeth, and that pissed a lot of people off because a lot of people don't know that you can heal teeth, and my teeth are messed up because of how I ate when I was growing up. So I'm not saying if your teeth are messed up, you're less than human or you're less than perfect. I was just trying to tell people it is possible to heal, and that offended people on my Instagram. So we need to be more open-minded to understand that there's more to life than we've been taught. And we're being tricked and fooled away from our highest potential and brainwashed because there's a lot of industries that want to profit off of people's ignorance at the expense of your well-being. And that's very serious. Your quality of life can go downhill to almost nothing if you let some of these people scam you out of your own sovereignty. And so, that's the kind of stuff we're dealing with in today's society. And I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the solutions. But I figure by at least talking about it and not just pretending like it's not there and sweeping it under the rug, but by actually talking about it, maybe we can spread awareness and promote change in a positive direction. I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment below. Thanks for tuning in. I love you all. And until next one, I'm out. Peace.